Hi, my name is Grace. I am mom to Nella, who has SMA type 1. So, what motivated me to get involved was knowing that there's treatment available and that the sooner this treatment is given to any child with SMA, the better their outcomes are as far as their disability and, what their prognosis is. So I really felt it was crucial to speak about this and to speak about SMA and to be involved so everybody knows so that we can get this changed for future generations. So that I say future generations, for the generation now, so that they won't have to hear those words of there's no cure, there's no treatment, take your child home. So my involvement with the process of getting Missouri legislation passed, it was really not too hard or anything. So I don't want you to be scared by it or anything. I was originally asked to write a 10 to 15-minute testimony on kind of what our life is like with SMA, and then present that first of all to a committee on the House of Representatives in Missouri. Um, so writing that, I really kind of laid what life is like out there. I told them, just the effects of an SMA diagnosis emotionally, financially, um, socially, just kind of everything, you know, that our life is like. And I don't typically focus on the hard part of our lives, but this is where, like, they need to hear it. They need to understand what it's really like living with a type 1 diagnosis. I went down to Jefferson City for that committee, and before the way down there, I went down there. I looked online to see who my local House of Representatives representative was, and then I also looked at who my local state senator was. And I called down there ahead of time and said, hey, I'm one of your constituents. I'm coming down to present on this bill. I was wondering if I could meet with you before. And the representative was out of office. He was busy, but I was able to meet with my senator. And so that was great because I went down there and they always want to hear from their constituents. They put priority on you. So I went down there and I met with him and I explained to him what SMA was and talked about this bill and why it was crucial for Missouri saving lives and how much it would be a huge benefit to Missouri, but to add this. And it was really great. He didn't know about SMA. So it was all a very cool learning experience for him as well. And so I was glad that he knows about SMA after that. So then I went down and we presented in front of the House committee. And unfortunately, when we got down there, they got held up in other meetings. So when we got asked to speak, they asked if we could I think my presentation was about 12 minutes the night before, and asked if we could cut it down to 3 minutes. And I was the first to talk, so that was a little scary. I think I was still over 5 or 8, but I tried to condense where I could. So that was another thing to be aware of, is that you may run into that, and to just know what your main points are. And after me, a mother of a type 2 spoke, and then a PhD from Cure SMA spoke, and then a leader from Biogen. And it ended up passing through that committee unanimously, so that was great news. And then it went to the House of Representatives with everyone, passed through there, no problem. And then next I was asked to come back to Jeff City and to give my testimony in front of the Senate Health Committee. And so I came down and did that, and it was a lot of the same thing. I kept my speech pretty much the same, changed a few things that I thought of after I thought were more important. And so after that, while it was sitting there, I made a point to reach out to my friends, reach out to my family, everybody in Missouri, to say, can you please call your senator, your local senator, and tell them about this bill, tell them why it's important to you, tell them why it's important to Missouri, so that they heard from you. And I also asked on my daughter's Facebook prayer page for anyone in Missouri to do that, and I know several people did call. And so you just need to make your senators aware of this bill and why it's incredibly important to your state and what it means for families in your state. Like, it'll be saving lives. What I learned about being an effective advocate through this process was that you're kind of going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to talk a lot about your personal story, and sometimes it's hard to talk about those hard things with SMA or the hard life that some of us have with SMA, and it's not comfortable telling that to strangers. But that's what these representatives and senators need to hear so that they're aware of how so many of us are living. And also to be open to talking to new people, to researching as much as you can about the bill, and then also to talking to your local House of Representatives and your local Senate committee, and then talking to your friends and family and asking them to reach out to them. So it's basically a lot of talking about the bill. So being more open about it and willing to research and just, being excited about it and talking to as many people as possible about it is really, I think, what helped me and what helped us get as far as we have come with this bill in Missouri. So good luck.